Hey, welcome into week 2 Wall Street Sells. Who are we getting rid of, selling high, and or who ticked you off enough you just want them off your roster after week 1? There's quite a few on that list, I'm afraid, so we probably won't get to many of those. But who increased their value enough, blew their load in week 1, you want to sell high? Tony, the professor, I know you got some good ones for us tonight, so let's jump right in and hit us with your first one.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Kyle. Thank you for the welcome and introduction. Let me kind of jump right in with you and start with a running back with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and that's Mr. Rachaad White. And I know there are a lot of
Rachaad White. You know this. You're hurt. I feel attacked.
I know there are a lot of Rachaad White lovers out there, but this guy's got one of the lowest efficiencies for running backs. He's certainly, as of right now, the RB1 on this offense. But it concerns me that he doesn't break kind of into that higher percentage of snap share in this offense, even as the RB1. It also is concerning that, that this week he just has not looked the part. While Bucky Irving seems to be, in just his first game as a pro, the more effective runner. I'm also kind of watching this offense kind of evolve right in front of our eyes as Baker Mayfield is really beginning to flourish. And I've got to give you props for Mr. Baker, because I was hard on Baker the past couple of seasons, but he looks like a whole new quarterback in this system. 4 touchdown passes on Sunday, with Evans and Godwin, and this passing offense. The offensive line certainly is a lot more stable and giving him the type of protection that he needs. So if I've got Rachaad White, I can kind of see the writing on the wall, so to speak, and I'm trying to move him if I got him.
Yeah, and I do like Rachaad White. You know that. I got him in a couple of dynasty leagues, but I really feel vindicated. You're not wrong often, but hearing you admit you were wrong about Baker Mayfield, you kept calling him Johnny Manziel 2.0, and then he just kept waking up feeling dangerous and going out there and getting it done with Tampa Bay. So I'm going to enjoy that while I can and sit in that glory while you give us your second sell of the week.
Yeah, my second sell of the week might catch a little bit by surprise, and that's Mr. Xavier Worthy. I think his fantasy point output this week was really helped by those 2 touchdowns. He certainly is not going to do that on a weekly basis. We've got Hollywood Brown coming back. Kelsey was not really heavily involved in that game plan last Thursday night. Pacheco looks great running the ball. They've got so many weapons. Rashee Rice looks to be legit as the wide receiver 1 on this offense. But I think if you have Xavier Worthy, it's very possible that this first week is his best game of the season. Also, doesn't play all of the offensive snaps, and I just think with the type of balance they have on offense, he's a guy that, believe it or not, if I'm in redraft, I'm moving off him. I'm trying to sell him at a high.
Yeah, I actually agree with you on this one. There's so many good receivers in that offense. Like you said, Hollywood's not even back yet. But Rashee Rice is a guy. Kelsey's going to have games where he's more involved. One thing I can't say about him is he was hella fast. Like, that kid was super quick. But I agree with you. I think he was probably the highest scoring game he's going to have this year.
Well, let me add this too real quick on the back end, Kyle. He only touched the ball 3 times.
Yeah.
He only touched the ball 3 times in a game where Kelsey pretty much was non-existent. That's not a sustainable fantasy season. So again, he's a guy, if I can package him and really get a significant upgrade or get a nice upgrade, I'm looking to move on.
Absolutely. All right. And then last, but certainly not least,
Yeah, well, this guy might be a surprise. I know it's only week one, but I've seen pretty much everything that I need to see, and that's Anthony Richardson for me is really a guy that I'm trying to sell if I can sell him. Uh, he scored top 5 fantasy points in week one, but completed 9 passes. I don't know that the volume is there for him. His passing grade was sub 70. Um, I think they had the benefit of playing one of the best defenses. It's a top 3 defense for fantasy quarterbacks. Um, and so I'm just not sure that we can really rely on this type of production or this type of output for a guy who really did it with just 9 completions, great offense. I mean, poor defense, poor passing grade. I'm very nervous about how he got there.
Yeah, good performance, selling while he's healthy. That's essentially the way I'm looking at it.
Yeah. I mean, he did run it 6 times, so those rushing yards do help.
But that's also what's going to end up getting him hurt eventually.
Potentially.
Just watching the way he runs. So I can't remember who it was on Sunday's show. Might have been Bad Cousin was talking about. He runs like Derrick Henry as a quarterback. Like, it's no wonder he gets hurt all the time. So yeah, coming off a good performance while he's healthy, I wouldn't blame you one bit for wanting to see what you could get out of him for sure. Go buy low on a Joe Burrow or something similar.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that's where I'm at. And just to compare with one other quarterback, he ran 6 times. Jaden Daniels ran the ball 16 times in his first start. And so, I think we can get a little bit carried away with what we think is a strong running quarterback, and he doesn't necessarily kind of in that type of tier when it comes to the rushing yards and upside that some of these other quarterbacks might provide for you.
Yeah, totally agree. So everybody take that advice. Go sell your players. Go buy what you can from our other video. And good luck in week 2. And we'll see you all again next week. Thanks, Professor.
Thanks, Kyle.